This video is brought to you by Slate Black Industries. For grips and accessories, visit slateblackindustries.com. So it's been a few years since 2077 in the formerly known as Las Vegas, Nevada area. The world has forever changed since those nukes fell. What was once a vibrant world of suburbs, restaurants, and supermarkets are now full of roving merchants defending themselves and their pack animals against bandits on the trade routes, drug manufacturing operations, and irradiated feral animals, and no real government. This world, it's now just civilians trying to make a living in constant armed skirmishes between pseudo-governments, ranging between California and New Vegas, and in the desert in between. But something happened one day, and honestly, even though you don't remember, you know something knocked you out. But you don't even remember your own name. Now luckily, there was a town doctor and some locals who discovered you and helped you recover from your wounds. But outside of that, you only find a note in your pocket that indicates that you've got to travel back to New Vegas to find somebody who knows. Now, New Vegas is about 100 plus miles away, and on foot. It should be noted that fossil fuel vehicles don't work anymore. Rubber tires and parts have all degraded, and gasoline and petrol just doesn't exist anymore. Your 2 feet are your only mode of transportation. Legacy Kevlar, synthetic materials alike, those are all degraded. Most of your opponents out there would be wearing metal armor, leather armor, and on top of that, massive nuclear drops mutated some of those animals that still roam the desert these days. Now before you leave, the doctor offers you something to protect yourself with. Now these belong to his son, who was formerly the town's militia member, and ever since he died, he really hasn't had much use for them. But the doctor has kept them well maintained and oiled, and the ammunition in a nice dry place. You don't want to take everything that he has though. After all, he is a good Samaritan. So pick wisely. You may have to be using these things for the years to come. Option number 1. A bolt-action surplus rifle with a low-power 3.5 scope on it. 8 rounds of ammunition to go with this, plus a suppressed .22 pistol. Now you have 29 rounds that come with this. Option number 2, a Chinese Type 56 Kalashnikov with 27 rounds in the magazine. So what would you choose? The bolt-action surplus rifle with a low-powered scope plus a suppressed .22 pistol? Or would it be the Kalashnikov? Let us know in the comments section. And also don't forget to vote. We will have a voting tab open under the community page for the YouTube side. And for this episode of Pick 1, we're actually very excited to announce that we will be joined by someone who is from the real-life Fallout Wasteland, Carl from InRange TV. InRange TV has been a firearms community resource noted for their mud tests, historical content, but also their two-gun action challenge match that happens every month over in Arizona. Now, the challenge is a right word right here because we issued a challenge to all subscribers out there, well, anyone on the internet, called the Wasteland Shuffle, that is uniquely tied to this particular pick one. If you're curious about the Wasteland Shuffle, how you can participate, and who participated, we are recording a session where we are going to review a lot of the submitted videos, and that will come after the pick one. However, InRange TV and their two-gun action challenge match did actually incorporate the Wasteland Shuffle in their monthly match. In fact, Carl is going to talk about some of the data and observations that he gathered by running the Wasteland Shuffle on both of these options and seeing how people actually performed in the field running that exact test. So, we look forward to seeing you next week when we do a live discussion on this pick one. I'm curious to seeing what you would pick for the end of the world. The bolt action and suppress 22 or the Kalashnikov. All three are classic survivalist options. Now don't disappoint. Remember to comment, remember to vote, and we will see you next week.
Well, well, Luke has finally showed up. Ready to serve the NCR proud? I don't know what you're talking about. We're an all-voluntary force.
This is my entry in the Wasteland Shuffle remote match.
This is my chop, and this is my pop.
Oh no, not again. Time!
It's problematic trying to get a sight picture because of the eye relief.
716 is Steel 96, 4 Vic, 8 packs, Redcon 1, green and green. How copy, over?
Steel 96, this is 716, roger, over. 16, Steel 91, 1 pack, green, green, over. This is 716, roger, over.
16, Steel 92, 1 Victor, 2 packs, Redcon 1, over.